Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. I want to introduce you to the Business Credit Builders. We are the most comprehensive system in the world for securing money and building business credit for business owners and entrepreneurs. Through our Business Finance Suite, you can get money for your business, build your business credit scores, and establish your business credit profile. You'll have a certified business credit building coach for 1 year and your own certified funding coach for 5 years. You'll hear success stories from our customers about our system. You'll see how easy our cloud-based system is to use to get you funding. We guarantee a $50,000 minimum in business credit for your business. Established businesses can receive a lot more. You'll feel the success of our system and profit greatly from it. I'll see you a little later. Now sit back and enjoy our presentation.
Now, let's introduce you to our Business Finance Suite. You will see just how easy it is to build business credit using our program. Our advisors will guide you through the right steps to ensure that you optimize your opportunity for funding, and you will know what lenders are looking for even before you apply.
The Business Finance Suite is the most comprehensive business credit building system available today. Through the Finance Suite, you can build credit for your business that's linked to your EIN number, not your Social Security number. This business credit doesn't require a personal credit check or personal guarantee for approval, even if you are just starting your company and even if you have no collateral or cash flow. The Business Finance Suite demystifies the business credit building process by providing you 6 simple steps to build your business credit to obtain high-limit revolving store and cash credit cards quickly. First, we help ensure your business is set up credibly to meet credit issuers' approval standards before you even apply. When building business credit, the company name, phone number, address, website, and all other information you enter on your business application must meet credit issuer standards to get approved. By knowing what credit issuers are looking for, you can easily ensure you meet that criteria to have the best chance of approval. Once we help your business pass the credibility test, the Finance Suite then shows you exactly how your business credit reports and scores really work. By understanding your Experian and Equifax commercial credit, as well as your Dun & Bradstreet reports, you'll know how your business credit data is aggregated and learn how to easily build and control your business credit scores. Through the Finance Suite, you'll even be able to set up your free DUNS number from Dun & Bradstreet and get access to free Experian Smart Business data to monitor your business credit building in real time. And you'll get discounts on your full business credit reports with the 3 major business reporting agencies if you want even more details about your business credit profiles. You can even fix credit inaccuracies right through the Finance Suite, helping ensure you keep a good business credit profile even if you have blemishes reporting now. The Business Finance Suite provides you with an easy-to-follow, streamlined way to build your business credit. You can get approved with vendor accounts right away who will issue your initial credit and sources that report your credit to the business credit reporting agencies, not the consumer agencies. These sources will approve you even with no prior business credit established, and even if you are a brand new startup business. The Finance Suite also provides you with access to a large supply of startup vendors to set up your initial business credit profile and score. And you'll even be able to see which reporting agencies each account reports to, and the credit issuer's actual underwriting guidelines, so you'll know you can be approved before you even apply. Your business credit profile and score can be established in 30 to 90 days. Then, you are able to use your newly established profile to get approved for real revolving accounts at major stores, all without personal credit check or guarantee required. Get approved for credit at places like Walmart, Best Buy, Amazon, Dell and Apple, Chevron and BP, Lowe's, and Office Depot and Staples, Sam's Club and Costco, and many more. As you start to get approved for revolving store credit, you'll also be able to obtain actual cash credit with sources including Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. Approval limits on business credit accounts are typically 10 to 100 times higher than that with consumer credit. So it's common to receive approvals of $5,000, $10,000, or even higher very quickly. And with the Business Finance Suite, you get access to the most cutting-edge technology available for business credit building. Plus, you'll receive concierge coaching from our certified business advisor team who helps you each step of the way. The Business Finance Suite is the most comprehensive business credit building solution available in the world today. Contact us to get your own financial suite for your business so you can obtain business credit that's linked to your EIN number, not your Social Security number, and credit that requires no personal credit check or guarantee for approval.
Now we are going to show you actual testimonials from our clients. You will hear in their own words how they have greatly benefited from the newly updated, most comprehensive system in the world today to receive business credit.
We're going to go ahead and get started here today. So I want to introduce two very special guests that I got a chance to actually spend some time with and meet at the Credit Boot Camp. And at the Credit Boot Camp, when I was doing a presentation, they started talking about some of the results that they actually had. They actually were able to whip out some or a lot of the business credit cards that they'd actually secured from using the finance suite. So I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to bring them on, have them talk more about their experience in building business credit, and give you an idea of what happens when you actually build business credit and do the things you should do in building business credit through the suite, not just for yourself, but also for your clients. So without any further ado, I want to go ahead and introduce two people, Theophilus and Thelma Sample. Can you hear me okay?
Absolutely.
How did I do on your name?
You did great.
I did good. I got it right. Like I thought I was going to completely mess that up. So I'm glad that worked well because it's tough to pronounce. And usually those I always mess up.
No, you did fine.
So how did you enjoy the Credit Boot Camp?
It was awesome. It was awesome. We got the opportunity to meet a lot of great people, learned a lot of information that we can apply to our business as well as to our own personal lives. So it was very informative and it was great.
That's good. That's awesome. Well, I want to dive in. So, tell us before we go too far, tell us a little bit about yourselves and a little bit about your business.
Okay. I'll start. My wife had to step away real quick, but I'm Theophilus Sample. Currently, me and my wife, Thelma Sample, we started a business about 5 years ago in the tax relief space. And we started actually, and I tell this story all the time because it's amazing how far we've come. But we worked at a former company, saw that there was an opportunity for us to be able to step out and to do this ourselves. And so we had about $1,200 that we actually started with. I had an old 83 Chevy pickup that I sold for $800. I had a 55-inch flat screen TV I sold for $400. And with $1,200, we actually started 5 years ago, and we hadn't looked back ever since we've been in business. Every year from September 8th of 2010, every year after that, we've been able to do a little bit more than $1 million in business every year since. So it's been phenomenal.
That's amazing. Now, so you've been an entrepreneur then for about 5 years. Before that, what did you do before that?
Well, I've been in different business ventures before that. Some I've made some money, some I haven't. I've been in sales for the last 20 plus years. But there were some other businesses that I was a part of and had the opportunity to actually start some. Some weren't so successful. Some we made a little bit of money, some we didn't. It's actually when we started initially with the software services and just following that particular system and doing everything that the system suggested, we were able to obtain business credit. And my wife just joined us as well, Ty. So tell me if you want to kind of just tell.
Hey, Thelma, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Ty. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Glad to be a part of the call.
So we were just talking a little bit about your past history, and all right, perfect. So you got started. You got started initially to build business credit for yourself. So did you know about business credit when you found us? Had you ever tried to build business credit on your own before you came to us?
No. As a matter of fact, we didn't even know where to go. Honestly, I mean, we were looking in, I would say, all the wrong places. We went to the bank, turned down at the bank, and then from there, my wife actually, she's very resourceful, and you just kind of want to tell them how you came about it.
The way I found it was on Craigslist. Actually, I was just looking around Craigslist, and it was exactly what I was looking for, was actually for funding and loans. And I stumbled upon the business credit ad, copied and pasted the link, and then it took me to the website. But yeah, that's how I found it. Was actually Craigslist.
Well, that's interesting because we've done very limited advertising on Craigslist. So that's interesting to know that well, that's a good lesson for everybody there, because that's something new that we're testing out to see how it works. So then you hadn't really thought about building business credit a lot before you found us, and then you ran into us, thought, well, this sounds interesting, a way to get credit and financing, and then that's how you originally came to us.
Absolutely.
Yes, it was accidental how we discovered it.
Now, when you got started, a lot of people, the first thing they do is try to go to their bank. They try to see if their bank will get them some money. So in the beginning part of this, before you came to us or shortly thereafter, had you tried to walk in your bank and see if they would do anything for you?
Yeah, we did, Ty. We went into the bank, and because we had revenue actually going through the account, we thought we were pretty good candidates. Only to find out after submitting our application and it coming back denied that we didn't qualify, didn't get any answers as to why or anything like that. And what's so amazing about the day we were turned down, we had already started this process of establishing business credit. So what I did was I left the bank, I came back to the office, and I don't believe that anything happens in this world by mistake. I actually went online and I applied for the American Express Business Platinum card. Well, actually, I just applied for the American Express card, and they approved us and gave us a platinum card right out of the gate. Typically, you'll start with one of the lower cards, but because we had already had some business credit established, the very first American Express card they gave us was the platinum.
So that's great result. So you were interested in business credit financing, came to us, got started building your business credit, going through the steps that are outlined in the finance suite, started to have success, built your business credit profile score, were able to then come in and get the Amex card right after your bank had turned you down. So phenomenal result. Now, I don't want to get to the results prematurely, but about how much have you obtained so far using the steps of building business credit? About how much credit have you obtained total overall since you started this process?
Total overall, it's more than 150,000.
So over 150 grand. Now, how much of that is credit that didn't require at all a personal guarantee for approval?
I would say about what, 75 or 80,000, probably about half. Half.
So about half of it you went forward with, offered the social, offered the personal guarantee. You were okay with that because whatever, it was still based on your business credit. And then the other half you obtained without a personal guarantee.
Right.
Okay, perfect. So now initially, what steps did you take initially to set up the business credibly? So, the very first step we go through is credibility. So when you got to that step, what kind of things did you need to do to actually make sure that your business was credible that you hadn't done already?
Well, first thing that we needed to do, we need to make sure that everything matched in terms of the address. We set up everything, make sure that the business bank accounts, the name on the business bank accounts matched. We had to set up a corporation. We had to make sure, that we had all the approved licenses. Make sure we were registered with the 411. go, the 20-point checklist that the software teaches us.
Dun and Bradstreet.
Being establishing a DUNS number with Dun and Bradstreet, as well as with business Experian and business Equifax. So those were some of the steps that we took to start out with establishing business credit.
So there's a lot of the stuff you just didn't know. I mean, at that point, you didn't have any knowledge. You didn't know these things needed to be done. Your bank hadn't told you. So did you find that first step helpful, where we really mapped out step by step, this is what you need to do to be credible? And were there things in that step that surprised you that you'd never even thought of or never would have thought to address before you would have went out and started to apply for money?
Absolutely. Without the steps in detail written out, we would have been lost. It would like handing us a golden egg and not knowing what to do with it. So absolutely, the steps were helpful. It lets you know what to apply for, when to apply for them, what the underwriting guidelines were. I mean, that was like one of the best parts about it. We're so grateful for the steps.
So Thelma, when you talked to your bank, what kind of feedback did you get? I mean, they turned you down when you went to apply for financing. Did they give you any feedback of what could have worked, what you should have done, why they didn't approve you, what could have been changed where they would approve you? Did you get any feedback from them at all with that?
Absolutely no. And Ty, I will tell you this. Here's what was so hurtful. Our merchant was set up through our bank. So you see all the money, you're talking almost triple digits running through there throughout the year. So to say we didn't get approved for anything without explanation, yeah, that's really hurtful, because you see all the revenue that's coming through there, and we've built a personal relationship with the people at the bank, so they know us by first name. They know us so well, we don't have to show an ID if I go in there to cash a check. That's the relationship that we have.
Yeah, and you touched on an important point, and it, like literally stuff like this makes me like my hair stand up on my arms, because I'm the same way, right? Like when I walk in my bank, everybody says, hey Ty, and I don't even go in there that often, but they just know who I am. So the problem is that you go in to get money, you do your business with them, they love and appreciate your business, that's why they know you, and then you're applying for something they can't help you with, and the result of that is you walk away feeling hurt. And you tell me, I mean, did that damage kind of your relationship with the bank? Did that damage how you kind of looked at them and viewed them?
It really did, Ty, because now one of the actual president of the bank, she's really, really friendly. She's always very cordial when we walk in, but it's just when I see her now, I just view her as someone that, I'd like to go into the bank knowing that the bank actually has my best interest in mind. And I don't feel that now that I know with our being turned down and with no explanation at all as to why. Shell,
Global Fleet.
And just to clarify, these are all cards that you currently have right now, that your real credit cards that you have going through the process, that are all revolving business credit cards, that most of them or all of them, did they require a personal guarantee? No personal guarantee? Did you provide a social or no social to get them?
Ty, you know what? We were trying to figure that out the other day, and I cannot recall one card that we have where we actually put a PG on it.
Okay, so from your experience, everything we're talking about so far, all these vendor accounts, all those revolving store credit that you're talking about, the Fleet, the Walmart, the Office Depot, the Dell, none of this stuff, from your knowledge, even looking back, had any kind of personal guarantee.
No, there is no personal guarantee.
I have a funny story about the Walmart card. Okay, so we got approved at Walmart for $2,500, right? We had got approved a month before we even knew we were approved, because they don't always tell you if you're approved or not. You just get the card in the mail, hey, you're approved, and you talked about that. So we got I called Walmart. I said, well, ma'am, we put an application in. She said, you've been approved a month ago. I said, where's the card? It took a little while to get the card, but we were already approved. All she needed me to do was call. I made one phone call. We were already approved. I'm like, this is crazy. The gas cards came the same way. Shell came with a $4,500 limit.
So Shell came with a $4,500 limit gas card, no personal guarantee required.
No, listen, it gets even better. If I want to go buy tires, want to get my oil changed, if my car's not running, it's not just gas. It's also services on there as well. It's the mobile. It's also because we're a mobile unit, so it's also other things on there. Well, if you're, let's say you have a trucking business and the truck breaks down. Well, Shell has not just the gas part of it, just like Exxon, they also have a part where if you need services for the car, you can also get that set up just by applying for that gas car. You can have those additional services, and you can go and buy snacks. If you're hungry, you want it for, it's business, it's a write-off. You can go and get snacks as well. There's a limit on there for that too.
This is the second time that you specifically referenced using business credit to buy snacks. What's going on here?
I'm just saying.
She's a little petite woman, so she.
I'm saying, I've seen you. I mean, you seem to be eating a lot of snacks here. I don't know. I mean, when you're using credit to buy snacks, that's a lot of snacks.
You're a truck driver, you can get hungry on the road.
All right, so name out some of the limits here. I mean, when you talked about 4,500 on the Shell, what other kind of limits did you get on these Walmart, the Dell? I mean, any of them that you know off the top of your head, kind of shout out some of the limits that you got on these cards.
Dell was 10,000. Walmart is
2,500.
2,500. Office Depot is 2,500.
Right. Staples is 2,000.
Staples is 2,000. Oh, Lowe's. Lowe's is 2,000.
No PG with Lowe's.
Let me see what else. Let me look through.
Exxon is 2,500.
Exxon 2,500. We said Shell was 4,500.
Global Fleet is 2,500.
Now, I'm hearing something in the background. Are you looking at these cards? Are you like,
Yes.
you're going through? Okay, you're like, I have too many to remember these. So I'm just gonna actually I hear the plastic clicking around there.
It is too many to remember.
Oh, and Sears.
Oh, we have Sears. Sears is 4,500. Sears, no PG.
Okay, so you got approved pretty quickly thereafter. 30 days to start building the credibility, 30 days to build the vendor accounts. You're 60 days in, 60, 90 days in, you're getting all these limits that just recited. It sounds like, anywhere between 2,500, $5,000 on average, with Dell always being the high of, 10 grand you got, all revolving without the personal guarantee. So and Lowe's, you named off a lot of them. What about denials? Did you struggle to get any that you tried to apply for and that you weren't approved for?
Yeah, we and this is one of the
prematurely.
This is one of the ones that you say is fairly an easy one to get, which is Amazon.
Wow, really? Have you got approved with Amazon since?
No, well, actually, what we found
an address issue.
Yeah, what we found out. That's when we found out about the address issue, that there was an address mismatch. But then here's something ironic: Amazon uses the same bank that some of the other vendors use. And they approved us, and we don't know how they approved us with the address mismatch. And the only thing, it's not actually the address mismatch. It was the name, Success Tax Relief LLC, and Success DBA Success Tax Relief. That was the difference.
Everything has to match.
Okay. Now, Victor, you asked how long did it take to get the first accounts report. They'd already said that. They said that it took them about 30 days to build the credibility, actually about 2 weeks to build the credibility stuff. After that, they spent 2 weeks actually applying and getting approved, and it took another month or 45 days for those to all report. So from once they applied and got the credit approved, it took, and they used it took them about a month to 45 days to report. I always tell people it could take up to 90 days, but that was their answer, is it took them about 30 to 45 days. Any other ones that you got denied for outside of Amazon?
Yes, Staples. We prematurely applied for Staples too soon.
Right.
Staple has criteria you have to meet, and make sure the application is filled out correctly. And you do need to call and verify. That's one thing we did do too, Ty. This helped us. We called and established a relationship with everybody we apply for. And they pick up the phone fairly quickly because it's business. So we established a relationship with everybody. I think that made a difference too.
Yeah, now just to clarify with everybody on the call, that's not necessary, right? I mean, the steps work whether you don't, but I admire that, respect that, and I suggest that that's a great idea because, you're building relationships here. You're not just walking through a process like a robot. So I don't want anybody to think that has to be done. It definitely does. That these kind of results come if you do or don't, but it's a great idea, Thelma. I mean, you definitely want to build that kind of relationship if you can. It only makes sense to.
Right, and for the record, Tom, we do have a Staples card.
Yeah,
okay, perfect. Because in my experience, Staples and Home Depot are pretty tough. I mean, they require some established credit to get. Now, Amazon, I was surprised by, but that sounded like a simple issue. So those are the main ones you'll really had problem with. You got a ton of credit approved. Amazon was tough. Address issue, you figured it out. Staples was tough, but you got some other credit, went in back in and got approved with them.
Right.
Exactly. And that Walmart card too, Ty, it doubles as a Sam's card. So that Walmart card can be used either or. Just so people know, if you get the Walmart card, it can also be used at Sam's.
Okay, perfect. So now, how long did those accounts take to report? The revolving accounts. You went in, you got them, you got approved. About how long did you see before using those before those started to report?
Yeah, 30 to 45 days.
30, 45. So vendor, store credit, everything, let's say even cash credit, across the board, you found 30 to 45 days for these type of accounts to get reported.
Yes.
Okay. And when you then move in at that point and start getting the Visa, the MasterCard, the cash credit, which I know you mentioned the Amex. So you then move forward to the final step of started getting real cash credit cards. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So do you have any idea at that point in time, how many trade lines you had reported before you started to apply and get approved for the cash credit? Do you remember that?
Oh, wow. We had to have more. It was at least 10.
At least 10.
We had at least 10.
At least 10.
Okay, so you had 10
Yeah.
report, which is what we suggest, and then you moved in to start getting store credit. And the time frame up to this point. So we spent about a month to start getting a vendor credit, or a month to start getting vendor account, or 2 weeks to get vendor credit, a month to get it reported. Then you started to get store credit from nothing up to that point.
Right.
Yes.
That's exactly right.
Okay, and what kind of limits did you find on those type of cash credit accounts?
Well, let's see. This is
2,500.
2,500
So
on the
MasterCard for
MasterCard.
2,500.
And then, I always refer to this card as the granddaddy of them all with the American Express Business Platinum. And there's a way you can go on there and check to see how much, you can actually get. So periodically I'll go in and type in 50,000, 100,000 just to see, and it's always approved. So, I don't really know what the limit is on this card.
On American Express.
That's a good problem to have. Really. That's a great problem to have, is when you're like, I don't even know, but no matter what I put on there, they accept it.
Exactly. So we haven't been turned down.
Okay, so you got multiple cash credit cards, $2,500 limits to ones like Amex that you don't know what the limits are. Have you applied or got any other cash credit beyond those few that you mentioned?
Any other cash credit? No, I believe, and it's once I got the American Express, I kind of shut down.
You kind of shut down. You got what you needed out of the process, and the rest is there if you need it. You just decided not to keep applying for more.
That's
right. Inside, let's say one interject too. The Shell has a MasterCard program that we can get into, and the Exxon has the same thing. So that's the purpose of building that relationship. Like when new things come up, they call us. So Exxon has a program now. We can actually get a Visa card. We just haven't gone through the steps, but we've been approved for it. And also Shell has one attached with, it's a MasterCard. You can use it anywhere.
Okay, so they're now reaching out to you. They're now coming to you saying, we've got these programs out. We got a Visa. We got a MasterCard. Do you want it? So, I mean, that's what this is now translated into, is they're now coming to you and saying, do you want this money?
Absolutely.
Well, as a matter of fact, they called, was it yesterday?
Yesterday
they called for, American Express called to see if we wanted to apply for another American Express.
Another business card. So you're to that level now, which a lot of us, can recognize that on the consumer side, right? You start getting these applications for the subprime credit, you build your credit up, and then you start getting Citi credit cards and Wells Fargo. I mean, I get like 3 a day now, and you're doing the same thing. You're having the same experience, but with no PG business credit, where they're reaching out, trying to give you more and more credit.
Right. That's exactly
absolutely
right.
It's a good problem to have.
It's a good problem. All right, so we're getting ready to wrap this up. So let me ask you a few questions and to finalize here. I mean, knowing what you know now, what do you think? What do you think about this business credit building process? I mean, you didn't even know about it. You found it on Craigslist. Now you're here. So what do you think now that you've gone through this?
Well, I share this story a lot. If it hadn't been for the fact that we had built business credit, I can't tell you that we would even still be in business now, because a couple of years ago, well, actually last December, we went through a little bit of a financial crunch this past December, and we had to rely on the business cash credit to sustain us through the holidays until
It is exciting to hear in our clients' own words about the awesome results they are getting from our program. You too can and will benefit from it. Now, let us show you what you will receive and tell you about our cost savings that we are passing on to you for a very limited time.
Welcome back. As you can see, the Business Credit Builders Business Finance and Funding Suite is the most comprehensive system available for securing money and building business credit for your corporation. Without a personal guarantee and regardless of your personal credit, we guarantee a $50,000 minimum in business credit for your company. Our experts have helped thousands of clients obtain business credit for over 10 years. It doesn't matter if you're in the napkin stage or if you're an established company going for a $5 million SBA loan, our certified advisors will help you along during the entire process. Let's talk about the benefits so that you can make the right decision and buy with confidence. How would $50,000, $100,000, or even more change the way you manage your business? Could you take advantage of a supplier's discount, buy out a competitor, or just expand into a new facility? How profitable could you be in 6 months, 1 year, or even 5 years from now if you had the capital you needed? We're offering $1,500 off our complete program. That's 40% off. Click on the link now to get started on your success.